Hello, everyone. Welcome again. My name is King, and I will be talking about insults in the way today. I know in any language that we learn, the first thing that people usually want to learn is the insult. How do you insult people? How do you say like bad words to people and so forth, right? So today lesson will be on like common insults, and also I'm going to keep it a little mostly appropriate for any youngins who are learning this language. And so I'm not saying anything like too cruel or anything like that. So all right. So here we go. And if I haven't said hello in a way, here you go. Uh Biofiombongo, Biogale. Um Again, welcome to my channel. So let me jump in. And if you see me looking a little further off, I made a list and I want to make sure that I touch on like most things. All right, are you ready? The first one is moo. If you already know what moo means, because somebody's usually calling you moo, you know what that means. It's dummy. And it's usually it's not Nweh, it's more like pidgin English. And so but the I think the word have been incorporated into the Nweh language so much to the point where it's like sometimes it's just hard to make a distinction. But mumu means dummy, right? Another and to actually say dummy in a way, you will say iPhone. So somebody say iPhone, that dummy, they're calling me you dummy, or somebody who doesn't have any sense. All right. And the second one is a loop. A loop. A loop means a fool. Uma loop call. So basically, are you a fool? Uma loop call. Are you a fool? I Louis, I Louis. That kind of means like a stupid person, or somebody who doesn't have sense, or somebody who's sort of like mentally not there. And so that's what that means. So Louis is somebody who's like mentally just not there. All right. Um, and another common word that we use a lot in English is should. Should. Get out of my face. Should is beat. Like take that shit and get away from me. Right? And so again, the word is imbit. Imbit. To say shit, you will say imbit. Oh, that's not fun, right? Okay, and then afui, afui, afui basically mean a airhead, somebody who doesn't have sense. Lefa, it's so lefa means bamboo, and basically when somebody call you lefa, they're basically saying you're an airhead. So lefa, if you think about bamboo, in the middle of the bamboo is hollow, right? And so like they're basically calling you lefa to describe like the middle of the bamboo. So like nothing there, like you have no sense, like there's nothing, right? So that's that's another insult. All right. And then this one is sort of not an insult, but like a character flaw in a sense. And this one is ngwe, ngwe. So if somebody calls you ngwe, so ngwe basically translates to roof. And so if somebody call you ngwe, it's like you're flaky. If you're a flaky person and you don't come through, and like you can't be trusted because every time you say you're going to do something or promise somebody something, you're always like following through. You're never following through, and you can't be trusted. Nyambe, that's another one. If nyambe means undomesticated animal or bush animal. So if somebody call you nyambe, that means like you can't be trained. It's not possible. So basically, you're fucked. And that's not good. Mbong basically mean poor. I'm mbong, he's poor, right? And a lot of time when people say mbong, they're not like um talking about your intelligence. They're more so talking about like your material possessions. And so if somebody call you mbong, it's like you're broke, basically. And mbap basically means like mbab basically means meat. And so somebody call you mbab. It also alludes to you don't like you can't have independent thoughts, or like you are incapable of thinking. And so in a way I feel like we have a lot of insult that relates to like somebody's brain and thinking capacity. And so mbap will be like, you're just there, right? You're just there. And that's another one. And abia means crazy. Abia, amabia, he's crazy. Oh, she's crazy. Go mabia, you are crazy. Mo mabia, I am crazy. Ndong, ndong means lazy or lazy person. So if you want to call somebody a lazy person, you basically will say ndong, ndong. And Chong will be thief. I'm in Chong. He's a thief or she's a thief. And Gang Lekang, like a witch. So like witch or wizard. Like they're both interchangeable. So somebody call you in Gang Lekang, I mean, hey, you're a witch. Um Kunya, pig. Already know. I feel like in every culture, kunya, it's always associated with something bad, dirty, and like unclean and so on. And so in a Nweh culture, kunya, which is pig, basically means the same thing. Somebody call you a pig, you already know. I don't even have to tell you. It literally translates from English to Nweh the same. Ngo, somebody call you ngo, that means you're slow. You're slow. All right. So basically, ngo is snail. And so if somebody call you ngo, they could say you're slow. They could say you're as slow as a snail, but people will not usually say that. They'll just go straight to the point and go, go, you're a snail. You're slow. Like chop, 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 chop. You're slow. Stop it. And so, like, they can also mean you're slow as like physically slow or like mentally slow. Gaiety or so gaiety stems from gege. Gege is butterfly, and gaiety basically means like you're like you you're like you're hyperactive, you don't know how to stay in one place, you're unfocused, you're always going here and there and never finishing one thing before you moving on to a different thing. And so that's kind of what gaiety means. So I gated that that person is always kind of like moving up and down and never really focused. So if somebody call you moya nangeta, or like somebody who it's like a butterfly. So if you think about a butterfly, what does a butterfly constantly do? Even when they sit a little bit to eat, it's like a few seconds and then they're up. So that's what gating means. And just imagine the actions of a butterfly and kind of translate that to a person. And that's what that insult means. So zo. So zo is owl. If somebody call you an owl, that could means you have your eyes are as big as an owl's eyes, or that you're annoying because in the Fontam region, which is where the Nweh people originate, there are a lot of owls and they're annoying at night. Like they'll howl and howl and howl and howl and howl. And so it's like, can you guys calm down, please? People are trying to sleep. And so we used to have owls where it's like when it's dark, they just come out and start howling. And like you probably and then it's like, okay, that's annoying. And so somebody call you Zop, it's like one, you could be annoying, or you got big eyes in not good ways. It's like not like, oh, your eyes is like Zop. Mm-mm. It's like, yeesh. Jimmy Mew at me Zop, like see his eyes like an owl's eyes. Ndung is another one. Ndung is like a really big rat. So like you're a big rat. If somebody call you Ndung, like you're a big rat and you're dirty. So like Ndung. So like rats are always like these type of rats like dig a hole in the ground, and that's where they live. And so because they dig, they're dirty, right? And like and they're like ashy and stuff. So like somebody call you and do, they're probably alluding to you being dirty or ashy. And so akako, all right, akako basically is statue. If somebody call you akako, that means that you look like something that is imagined, not real, and also like immobile, right? And like I think I feel akoko like, and akoko, which is like statues are usually like meant for like entertainment or like a certain like mythical or whatever reason, right? And so they're not like the most prettiest of things. And so yeah, akoko is not like, oh yeah, we're admiring you. It's like, no, not like you look you look like a statue. And agap and angugap, he is a pretender. If somebody call you ngangagap, a person that pretends, and so agap is like a pretender, somebody who pretends. Ati means shake or like clumsy. So and anveta like he's like shaky or clumsy. So if somebody call you like say like osamveta, it could be like you're shaky, and then it depends on the context, right? Or why are you shaking? What's a vetako? Like why are you so clumsy? Like if you drop something and somebody goes, why did you drop that? Why are you so clumsy? What's a vetako? Goat. Mbra, goat. Somebody call you mbra, that means you're a goat. All right. Nju means sheep. If somebody call you Nju, that means like you just follow. You don't have any like sense or forethought of your own. You're just a follower. If somebody call you Nju, you're a follower. And then Ngang Benang, it's a gossiper. So Ngang is person, Benang is gossip. So Ngang, I'm Ngang Benang. He or she is a gossiper. I'm gonna move on a little bit to like more phrases, and it's not just going to be single words. I'm gonna be talking about some common phrases that you will often hear people say when they're insulting other people. Here we go. The first one is "inyi njambia," "inyi njambia." That so "inyi njambia" basically mean a two-sided machete, and two-sided machetes are not practical, right? Because and that's kind of just not a thing. So if somebody say you are a two-sided machete, they're basically saying that you are not loyal to anybody. Like you don't if you have a friend, you betray that friend when you go to the other friend, and like you can't be trusted. So in Ninjambia or I'm in Ninjambia, he is a two-sided machete. Like you can't trust him and or her. Emi mo at mizo. Emi mo at mizo. Your eyes look like an owl's eyes. Go be a call. Are you mad? Go be a call, or are you crazy? Go be a call. Are you crazy? Amadia. He's a mad person or like a crazy person. Amadia. He's a mad person. Atuzo tebon. Atuzo atebon. Like your head is not right, right? Like you're cuckoo for cocoa puff. Goletja, goletja. That basically means karma is coming for you. So if you do something bad to somebody and they go goletja, that means that hey, watch your back. I'm coming for you. Another weird insult is Munka'aleven. Munka'aleven. So basically that means your back. It's like the back of a turtle. That means you're a hunchback, right? If somebody calls, say, Munka'aleven, which basically means you have the back of a turtle, that means you're a hunchback. The most famous insult of all, your mama. You know In any culture, you say your mama to anybody, it's a fight. And in the Nweh culture, is the same thing. Do not insult anybody's mom. However, I'm going to teach you how to do it, but don't tell people that I taught you. Do you hear me? All right. Are you ready? Ogo. Very simple, right? Ogo. If somebody say your mama, Ogo. That's basically it. And we can do a little session on your mama jokes because we have a lot of them in our culture too. Most famous insult that everybody use is Tonda fire you. So somebody said to come to you and say Tonda fire you. How do you want to say that in a way? Yes, we have it and we use it. If you want to say Tonda fire you to anybody, you will say Basang Tomimo. So Basang Tomimo actually is not a direct translation. Basang Tomimo basically translate to fireflies should blast your eyes and blind you. Like if the fireflies got in your eyes and you had a lot of the fireflies, they got in your eyes, they will blind you. And that's not good. And so basically, um, the insult is still as strong as like Tonda fire you. Like somebody say Tonda should fire you. It's basically Basang Tuomimo. All right, so that's that. Another insult that we use a lot and is very strong is Inchapfobero. Inchapfobero. I actually don't really know what the direct translation is, but it's sort of kind of loosely translate to like a curse, a bad curse should a bad curse should befall on you, right? Like a bad curse should befall on you. Nchafobro. Or like so there you go. Um that's how you say that. Nchafobro. That's strong. So be careful. If you haven't realized at this point, Atu is head. So somebody say Atuzo, your head. So igrid atu. So when somebody say igrid atu, they're not literally referring to your head. They're more so referring to your brain. So igrid is maggot. So if somebody say igrid atu, that means like you are not thinking. You are not like functioning correctly because you have maggots in your brain. So igrid atu, like you have maggots in your brain, and because of that, you're not functioning. So, yeah, mbittabong, mbittabong. That means bullshit, like the shittest of the shit. Like, who do you think you are to say that? You basically say goa, goa. Another one that means you're boring and have no personality is sote. Sote basically means like you're like watery, right? Sote. So that means you have no personality. You're bored. And so if somebody say, "Oh, so and you'll be like, you're boring. You have no personality." And basically, it's so and you translate to directly to so sote means to be like light and like watery, and then new is snake. I don't know this, but apparently when you cook snake soup, the soup doesn't get thick for some reason. I don't know, but that's what it means. I've never cooked snake soup, so I don't know. But it's so you means like you're boring, you got no personality. Ma atuzo bet ni ni. It's mountain. So if somebody say ma atuzo bet ni, that means you have a really really big head. Like people can stand from a really, really far away and see your big ass head. And it's not good. So there you go. So those are some of the common insults. There are very many, many more, and the more really, really inappropriate one. And I'm just going to keep to the more appropriate insults for now, and then maybe eventually one day we can talk about the more inappropriate ones. All right, again, thank you guys very much for watching. And please leave a comment and let me know what you want me to teach you next. I'm very happy to like continue teaching you what you want to learn and doing more fun stuff. All right, thank you guys very much. Again, my name is Zen King, and